Alright, welcome back to the $100 Trading Challenge. Today is Wednesday, the 18th. Right now it's 7 a.m. Pacific Time Zone. So today we had a lot of news. At 5:30, we had the first news event. We have another news event at 7:30. I'll mark it out on the chart. Another news event at here 7:30. So after that we have news at 11 and 11:30. Those 11:30 events are high impact news. It's going to make the market pretty unpredictable and hard to trade. So coming into this, I was already expecting to likely not take a trade because it's not a great day for news. I did already take my trade for today, and I'm going to recap it right now for you guys. So this black line right here signifies 6:30 a.m. New York market open. Coming into it, I had this primary buy side liquidity from I don't remember what day, but it was a few days ago. So that primary buy side liquidity was my potential take profit. I saw the break structure down, but I couldn't find a retracement. I didn't see any type of fair value gap within here. And looking back on it, I could have entered off of this. So this is an order block. I could have entered off the retracement of the order block, the closure down here, continuation right there. That could have been an entry. But again, not great risk to reward right there. I would have had to put my stop loss all the way up here. So I missed this move. And like I said before, it's okay if you don't find the trade, if you don't catch it in time. You're not meant to take every trade. There's opportunities to make money in the market constantly. And if you're worried about catching every single one, I mean, it's impossible. It's damn near impossible. Especially when you're first beginning out. When you're first beginning. So, missed this trade. Missed this move. Couldn't find the entry. Nothing wrong with that. Came all the way down here to this level. Created some what did we create? We swept out this low. We came back up here. There was a fair value gap within here. It's right. What am I doing? The fair value gap's right here. So I was using this as a potential entry confluence. I was looking at the price, what it was doing inside this level. When it came back down here, it came down here and it closed beneath the halfway point. Then it closed outside of it. We came back in and touched into it again. And then we started to drop. And this is where I took my entry within here. When I saw it respecting this fair value gap, repelling out of it, I took my entry. I had my take profit at this low right here. I had it a little bit higher just to be safe because I wasn't really trusting in the market today based on all the news that's going to come out. So price started to come down. Then I saw it start to move around, and in the meantime, I had recapped. I had done another look at my trade, my confluences to enter, and my risk to reward. And I had the fair value gap marked out incorrectly in the beginning. At first, I had it right here, but when you have two candle bodies that don't meet, you have to include the wick of that candle for the fair value gap. And I learned that from ICT. So realizing that, it changed my original fair value gap drawing from down here all the way up to up here, which means I needed to increase my stop loss as well to above the fair value gap. that I entered off of. For that reason, it created my risk reward was 1 to like 1.1 before. It would have been something like this right there. Yeah, 1 to 1.1 risk reward. Once I analyzed it again, so I needed to move my stop loss up. Created a stop loss of less than 1, less than 1 to 1. Meaning I would have been risking more than I could have potentially earned. For that reason, when I saw that, I saw this candle coming back up, I moved my stop loss down to break even. So basically, moved my stop loss all the way down to here. So that there was no way I could lose money today. Worst case scenario, I would just get break even, not make any money, not lose any money. So trade price came back up to here, stopped me out. I'll show you right here. This was the trade right here. With the spread and all that, I lost 17 cents. So basically nothing. Didn't really make anything today. Didn't lose anything either. After that, I was still monitoring the price, the trade, just to see, like curiosity, what would have happened. And as you can see, price came back up to break even, then came back down all the way to take profit right there. But I'm not mad that I closed the trade at break even because the conditions of the market were not great today. I didn't have confidence in it. And on top of that, my risk to reward was not good either. Today had a bunch of great learning opportunities, bunch of great lessons that I learned. I got experience trading during a high impact news day. So, I mean, going into it, I don't have that much experience trading on high impact news days because I like to avoid them. So, this is some good experience for me. That's the first thing I gained from this experience trading on a high impact news day. On top of that, you gotta accept that you're not gonna be able to catch every move. So, the fact that I predicted this move to happen before market opened, that's good because that shows my analysis was correct. But I still wasn't able to find a good entry, so I didn't take the trade. So that shows good discipline. On top of that, I saw that if I just let the trade ride out, the trade that I did enter, if I had let it ride out, I could have potentially made my take profit. So I learned a few things today. Top of that, didn't lose any money doing it. So, I mean, that's a win-win right there. We got another next news event coming out at 7:30, like I said over here, 7:30 a.m. After that comes out, I'm gonna wait till that comes out, see if I can find any good trades. If not, then that'll be it for today. But if I find another one, you'll see that. So, thank you for watching. All right, we're back. 7:48 a.m. We're not half asleep anymore. We had 7:30 a.m. right here, our second news event. News came out right here again. What I saw was we got relative equal highs over here. These got swept out. So that's our first requirement to look for a trade right now. That already got met. So now I'm just waiting for this break of structure, which is forming right here. Then a possible retracement before our entry. Our target's down here. Relative equal lows inside this new day opening gap. Strong magnet for price. So let's see if we can find a break of structure and a retracement. Alright, 5 seconds left on this candle. We're seeing a potential break of structure here. There we go. Broke structure. Now we need to see some displacement be created. There we go. Displacement. Got our fair value gap right here. See if we can retrace back into it. If we can find our entry. It's a pretty ambitious trade right here. I'm debating whether I want to try to take profit here or down here. But we haven't even seen our retracement yet, so we're possibly creating a second fair value gap inside of here, which would move our entry downwards. Let's just see what happens. And it could just move without us again, without a retracement. If it does, no problem. Don't gotta take every single trade. Alright, so we created this fair value gap right here. Looking at this for potential entry. If we can touch back up into it. Here we go, we're moving upwards. The gap actually starts down here, which means we did touch back into it. So yeah, I will enter on this. If we have a continuation downwards after this, I'll enter my trade. I'll put our stop loss here. Up here. Take profit all the way down here. That is some good risk to reward if we can find our entry. Another potential take profit would be right here. We'll mark that out. And even that would be good risk to reward. Alright, this candle's about to close in 5 seconds. If we can see a continuation down on it, yep, here we go. There we go, enter. Alright, we're in for our second trade today. Much better entry than our first one. Much better risk to reward. On the first one, I was also hesitant because we had a second news event coming out at 7:30. Now we don't have another news event coming out till 11, so we'll be out of the market before then. Yeah, let's see what happens. We're not risking too much on this one. Only risking $17. That was a good entry. We have this second fair value gap above it. So if I wanted to, could move my stop loss up. To be a little more safe, because we do have a very low take profit, or very far down take profit. So this would still be good risk reward. Even up here, if we target the top liquidity sweep, it would still be a 1 to 1.5. But I had my entry. Going into it, I entered off this fair value gap, so I think I'm gonna just leave it, see how it plays out. Like I said, I like to. I'm gonna be talking about the emotions I feel while I trade. This is a good way for me to look back on it, and also for anyone else to be able to understand the emotions that come along with trading, to help you be prepared and take better trades yourself. You can learn from my mistakes, and so can I. Right here, it felt a little bit of hesitation. Like, should I move my stop loss up? There's a second fair value up above it. Could even move it up to the top of the liquidity sweep to be safe. A couple things influencing those feelings are, I know that at 8:30, like 8 to 8:30 a.m., sometimes the market likes to come back up and stop people out before continuing downwards at low take profit. So that right there is a thought bouncing around in my head, and we're gonna have to see what happens and learn from the trade. Created some more displacement up here. We like to see that. Price could come back up and touch into this fair value. Yeah, price came back up. We want to see candle bodies closing beneath the halfway mark, and ideally outside of it, outside of the gap completely. Those are good signs that it'll continue downwards. 9 seconds left on this candle. Okay, we closed above the halfway mark. That's not a great sign, but we'll see what happens on the next one. Coming down to the very bottom and coming back up, showing we're respecting this fair value gap, we're filling it up. We might get stopped out here. We still have the one we entered off of. But yeah, I'm not going to move my stop loss. Alright, coming back up now. Into our entry fair value gap. This is where we entered off of. That was the confluence we used. Now we want to see it close beneath halfway. Yeah, there's a possibility of us getting stopped out. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes market likes to, from 8 a.m. to 8:30, sometimes it likes to come back up and stop people out before continuing downwards to make that move. I've seen it happen before, and ICT talked about it, TGR talked about it as well. But we did see both of these close beneath the halfway mark. The body is closed beneath. Now we come back down into the one beneath. See if we can close beneath the halfway mark on this one. We're trading outside of the gap now. We'd like to see that. 17 seconds left on this candle. Alright, we got some displacement here. We like to see that. Another big move down. Back into this new day opening gap from Tuesday. I want to see a closure beneath the gap. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, we left a fair value gap right here. That's good. Good sign. Coming back down to the opening gap again. We keep wicking it. I want to see us close inside of it and beneath it. But we'll see what price wants to do. Alright, 5 seconds left on this candle. There we go. We like to see that. There's our take profit 1. Just got reached. But we still have our trade open. Didn't take any profit there. I'm still thinking it's coming down to this level right here. There's a strong confluence. Equal lows inside the opening gap for Monday. Creating a lot of displacement. For anyone new to trading, when I say displacement, I mean when it's a big move down or up, basically a big move, that leaves gaps in price. Like right here, we had displacement upwards. Big move up, left this gap where it didn't come back down and touch into. Right here, big move down, left this little gap, didn't come back up and touch into. Right here, some more displacement coming down, leaving this gap right here. But we have to wait for this candle close to see if it's actually displacement, because it could easily come back up and fill that. You never know. So we're right here trading at our take profit 1 level, this low. But it's not even an equal low, it's just a single low. And on top of that, we got double lows down here inside the gap. That's why I'm keeping my trade. Had this little fair value gap created right here. I'll draw it out. Right here. On top of that, we have another one right here. This is where those emotions start to come into play again. Like you see price reversing. We're already at take profit 1. Thinking I could just take profit right here. But I gotta remind myself, this is a very strong magnet for price. Double lows inside of a new day opening gap. So I'm gonna stick to my plan. I'm not gonna fold. Stay locked in. Closing down outside of this fair value gap. We like to see that. Coming back into it. Respecting it. Downwards movement. Yeah, these trades when it's right next to your take profit and it's bouncing around, that's when you start to get those emotions. Like damn, let me just close the trade. But nah, it's not about the money. It's about, did I predict the trade? If not, what could I have done better? What did I miss? Like I've been saying, everything a learning opportunity. And we're not worried about the dollar amount. We're really just worried about predicting the trade. Because I mean, this is a small account, so the trades are all small profits and small losses. But the cool part about trading is you can scale this up so easily. Once you have the knowledge and the skills and the experience, you can buy a bigger account, and then you can just risk more to gain more while still keeping your risk to reward tight. Like it's not 1 to 1, 1 to 2, you know. And this is just the beginning for the channel. I plan to make another series after I finish this one. My goal with this is to pass my funded account, and then after I pass it, I'm gonna start trading on a bigger funded account, and I'll make a new series like day trading with $500 or something like that. I'm gonna keep scaling it up for you guys. You can see my progress and hopefully learn and get your own payouts. So here we go, right next to our take profit. A lot of displacement within here. Stay locked in. Don't fold now. There we go. That was our take profit. I don't know why it didn't. I don't know why the hell it didn't stop us or close the trade. Our take profit was right there and we wicked all the way through it. That is weird. But we got the second one down here, so I'm not sure. I think it's because of spread. For us to actually close and hit that take profit, has to come down to match the spread. That second line right there is what we're looking at, the top one, not the first one. That's something to keep in mind for next time I trade. Alright, we are going to go ahead and close right here when it hits our line. There we go. Order just got closed. Take profit hit. That feels good. It's like I said going into it, it was a more ambitious trade. No 1 to 1. This time we had a 1 to 2.7, almost a 1 to 3 risk reward. We risked $17 and we hit our take profit of 46. So hell yeah. 2 trades today. First one stopped out at break even. Found a better trade after the second news event. Nice little profit here. $46 trade. So in total for the account, we're up $100 since we started. We only have one real loss, that $21 loss. This one I don't count. It's basically $0. Stops at break even. So that means we have $380 left till we pass this account. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.